Good evening, people. It is Sunday, March 15th, shortly after 8 p.m. And I wanted to get this video out because what happened today is unprecedented. And I think it's appropriate for those who know their history that it happened on the Ides of March. For those who know their history, you know the Ides of March was that day when the Romans celebrated religious observances, and it was a day of settling debt, if you could believe it, of all things. It was the deadline to settle debts. And it's also noted, of course, for the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC on March 15th. The seer had warned Julius Caesar, beware the Ides of March. And as the day progressed, Caesar saw the seer and said, I'm still here, nothing has happened, right? The Ides of March have come. To which the seer replied, but not gone. So this day didn't pass without another disaster. What the Federal Reserve did today, it was expected, people. I just made a video, I think two or three back, where they had lowered rates. I said they're going to zero, okay? Now, they couldn't even wait till this week's FOMC meeting. They couldn't even wait 3 more days. And this reminds me of 2008, that Sunday night when everything started to fall apart. This is not hyperbole, people. We're going to wake up tomorrow in an America that's very different than the America we're used to living in. I'm going to keep this brief. The Federal Reserve slashed interest rates to near zero on Sunday as the coronavirus outbreak continues to weigh on global markets. And Chairman Jerome Powell said that the central bank is willing to be patient before raising rates again. He's willing to be patient before raising rates again. Does anyone ever think, truly, that they will ever be able to raise rates again? It's an impossibility. So whatever comes out of this bankster's mouth is a complete fallacy. It's a complete lie. We will maintain the rate at this level until we're confident that the economy has weathered recent events and is on track to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals, Powell said Sunday during a press conference. That's the test. Some things have to happen before we consider we're going to be watching and willing to be patient. This is such a crock. This is such a crock, people. Now, of course, you know who was ecstatic with the news. President Trump, of course, right? The art of the deal. The casino developer who actually thinks this is great news. President Donald Trump applauded the Federal Reserve's move to slash interest rates because of the coronavirus pandemic, slowing down the economy and wreaking havoc on the financial markets. It makes me very happy. This is what makes this man happy. That we now live in a country with zero interest rates. And this is what makes him happy. It makes me very happy, Trump said Sunday evening from a press conference on the coronavirus at the White House. I want to congratulate the Federal Reserve. He's been browbeating them for months and months and months. This man loves cheap money. He loves debt, right? As a candidate, right, he was saying how the Federal Reserve, okay, they were keeping the rates down too long. They were helping that current administration, right? He was calling it a bubble, okay? But President Trump, this is exactly what he wants too, only more of it. They did it in one step. I think that people in the market should be very thrilled. The stock market is limit down right now. Are you thrilled? The central bank on Sunday cut rates by 125 basis points to a target range of 0 to 0.25% and launched a massive $700 billion quantitative easing program to offset the negative impact from the coronavirus. This is unbelievable. I don't know what to say, people. Mnuchin was all over on TV today, right? Still talking up this economy. We're in a good spot. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is confident the U.S. economy will weather the downturn from the coronavirus outbreak, noting he does not expect a recession. He does. If you're still sitting or standing, if you're not on the floor right now, people, let me repeat what I just said. He does not expect a recession. Restaurants are closing. Sports is done. Schools are closing. Airports are closing. Nobody's going out. There could be curfews, travel restrictions. Shelves are being emptied all over supermarkets that are even limiting their hours. And he doesn't expect a recession. The lies that we are being told. Later in the year, obviously, the economic activity will pick up as we confront this virus. Obviously, he says, the economic activity will pick up. I can't even go on, people. I can't even go on anymore. We're at 0, people. And many of you knew this day was coming. I certainly did. Many others did too. But what's after 0? Negative. But according to our chairman, Powell, right? He doesn't see that. No. Did he ever see 0 coming? Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said Sunday that it's unlikely that central bank will entertain negative interest rates as the next step to help the economy during the coronavirus scare. Instead, he said the Fed is focusing on interest rates and other liquidity tools it is using to keep credit flowing and financial markets operating properly. What are these liquidity tools he's talking about? Cheap money, more of it, $700 billion. This was the opening salvo, right? This was like the first shot that was fired on Fort Sumter, right, to start the Civil War, right? People, I don't know what to say. I'm going to end this video. As far as gold and silver goes, I really don't know. Gold's up about $30 right now, but who knows? Who really knows? There could be margin calls tomorrow. They might once again have to go in to sell their gold and silver to cover margin calls. Who knows? Obviously, there's going to be more shenanigans in the paper market. People, it's just time to just hunker down. Hunker down. All right? And let's just see what happens here. It's anybody's guess. All right? But we are in unprecedented times, certainly. Unprecedented times. I went out for a walk this afternoon. It was beautiful out. Beautiful late winter day. Spring is here. But like I said, people, we couldn't get through these Ides of March without a disaster. So just hang in there. It's a war. It's definitely a war. And hopefully we'll pick this up again. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. Ciao.